Hey, good morning. Do you like my hat? I'm loving being the hat woman. I have always loved hats, but I have a very small head. And so finding a hat that actually fits takes a lot, but this one fits, look. And the wind isn't going to blow it away because it fits nicely around my skull. So I'm making the best of it because you don't get very often to wear a hat. And so guys, this is the weekly reading for the 13th of January 2025. How are you doing? How's everything going? Is life actually holding you up in the supportive way, or are you feeling a bit challenged? My feeling is because of the full moon that we're coming into over the next couple of days, you'll probably feel very challenged. Excuse me, I'm sort of shuffling things around. This is a little bit off the bat to do this reading. And so you'll be wobbly until I get you steady. There you go, you're a bit more steady now. Okay. And I mean steady on the tripod, not me. I have a puppy who's very active and feeling a little bit uncertain of life. You will have noticed that the energetic field around the world, especially in America, is very topsy-turvy at the moment. Spirit is, in a way, the old people would have said, nature is unhappy. Mother Nature is not in the happiest at this moment in time. You have to excuse the little explosions from the puppy. She's a bit bored. She's wanting to engage in the world, but this is raw and live, and so these things will happen. So Mother Nature is unhappy. There's a lot of turmoil going on in the world. Why? Why is the universe being angry at this moment in time? It's a collective anger. It's a collective anger based on the fact that, just excuse me a second, I'm not going to say this. Alexa, off. Has it heard me? No, 1 second. Alexa, off. Don't want to be done for reading rights, music rights. Then my video will get banned and you won't get to hear it. So, a collective anger across the world. How many of us are watching the politics, watching nature being destroyed? How many of us feel this anger, which is the powerlessness that we've been carrying? And, I sunk very deep into the powerlessness for the last 4 years, post-COVID. I think it started during COVID for me, if not before, and then I sunk into it. And over COVID, I supported as much as I could, but I fell out of it, post-COVID, and I've been having to work on myself in so many ways to bring myself back up into the public view, so to speak. So although I've been there in the background supporting the people that needed me, I haven't really made a concerted effort. So I want you to look at yourself and say, when did I start feeling like I needed to slide, or I was sliding, or I needed to give up, or I couldn't uphold my world? Because that's what the universe is doing. It's just the heaviness of all the exhaustion. I'm going to take my hat off because as much as I love it, I'm indoors. And so the reading for today, the week of the 13th of January 2024, the universe is asking you to say, process the anger that you haven't processed. Anger is an umbrella emotion, and underneath hides our vulnerability. So our vulnerability is, so we use anger as a defense mechanism, as a way to stand back and pull away, or to engage and fight, the fight or flight that you might know about, the freeze of the nervous system. So anger becomes that emotion that drives us either into freezing and not doing anything, or fighting and moving forward and standing our ground. The collective anger has been very repressed over the last 7-8 years. The cycle of 7-8 years is what I've been told by Spirit. And that collective anger is now coming out with nature representing your anger, saying, we need to process this anger. It can't just be hidden. It can't be pushed down. As a collective, we need to process whatever emotions are hidden behind that anger. So what is it that we're here to learn this week? First of all is to be able to sit with ourselves, to take all the stress, the anxiety, the frustration of the world and not jump into action straight away. The Temperance card is bringing all the elements together. You can see all the different colours of the clothes, and it's bringing everything into balance, not trying to rush any action, but taking your time, being in balance for yourself initially. So as much as the world is calling you to act or run away or hide, just be present and be in balance with yourself. The second card is the Tower card. And the Tower card does look like the world is falling apart. It looks like with the political situation, with the natural situation, things are falling apart. Culturally, we've come away so far from our true essence of the power that we all have individually, of the voice that we have, all of the strength that we have when we carry each other and ourselves together. Culturally, we've lost that. We've lost connection. Ultimately, all truth seeking is seeking connection with Source. And so, as the world as we know it falls apart, the universe wants us to take another look and say, what is it that is there and not missing? Because everything we need is right there. Absolutely nothing is missing. Are you ready to see what's going on for you? And that's the beginning of the week. So I'm going to sort of just pull some cards for the middle and the end of the week, and we'll see how it goes. Spirit, tell us. Universal Gardens, middle, the end. Okay, it's not going to be an easy week, according to Spirit. Not going to be an easy week. Middle of the week might feel like you're starting to come into a bit of harmony with yourself. Things might calm down. You'll start looking at personal projects, personal investment, what you need, and you'll start feeling a bit more secure, but you will still be cautious. You can see the lady isn't actually wearing rich robes, but she's surrounded by abundance. So it's knowing that you are supported and surrounded by a lot of richness, but how do you actually own that richness rather than deny yourself that richness? That's an important thing. So my suggestion is, from today onwards, you start being grateful for the abundance that exists in your world to bridge the gap between where you think you are and where you want to be. Start recognizing the abundance that lives through you and with you. Be proud of yourself. Be in a place where you're not ashamed of yourself. Recognize where your shame is coming from. Recognize that the shame is it's in conflict with your truth. Your truth is you are somebody amazing. You are somebody powerful. Be proud of yourself. Whatever shame you're carrying needs processing, because the shame is what's keeping you from your abundance that's around you all the time. So that's your midweek message. It will come up. It will be highlighted. It will be somehow, it'll be a smack in the face. You know, I feel ashamed of myself because of this, and perhaps there's too many bills that are coming, or perhaps there's an obligation financially that nobody's met for you. Something like that, it will smack you in the face, or an invitation that you suddenly think, I can't actually accept that invitation because it's too rich for my blood. You need to take a step back. You need to be proud of yourself, recognize who you are, your source at heart, and you can allow yourself to grow into that abundance. That's your midweek message. And the end of the week, we're ending in, don't be reckless. This is such a key message for most of us. The recklessness is, how am I utilizing my time, my energy, my focus, my resources? Don't be reckless with it. I know you want to be seen as a generous being out there. I know you want to show people that you have what it takes to be part of humanity and be a good, kind soul in humanity, especially when you see the disasters out in the world. We want to be there and rescue people. Don't be reckless with your resources. Be mindful of where your resources are going. Again, when we're reckless with our resources, our time, our energy, our words, what we're doing is we're feeding empty black channels, which actually drain our energy, which is what happened to me over COVID. I will do a video about that. I was feeding into fear, not because I was in fear, because I was feeding people who were in fear in some ways or another. And that, again, as I said, we'll go deeper into another video. But I was feeding into fear that wasn't nurturing me. And the more I tried to save people from their fear, rather than practice sitting and holding myself out of fear, I was feeding that fear. And that gave us that thing. So your thing is, at the moment, as generous as you want to be, as much as you want to step into rescuing people, don't rescue people. Don't go out and fix the problem. Stay with the problem. Okay, because you're the knight. You're going to walk through all the turmoil and you're going to come out at the other end, saving yourself and others. But you've got to give yourself that time. So there might be arguments, there might be disagreements, there might be conflict, there might be confusion coming from midweek to the end of the week. And what Spirit wants you to do is not take it personally, not reach out and start fighting, just stand your ground. So as the knight is doing, just watch, just sit and watch the battle that's going on around you, because the universe has a bigger plan and you are part of it, but it isn't the time to act at this moment in time. Be ready for action, but don't be acting. That's your message for this week, this 13th of January 2024. If you have any questions and you would like a personal reading, then please message me. I'm here. I'm available online and in person in Mohaka and Vera for personal readings. And I would love to help you. So I do readings, healing. I do spiritual guidance and coaching and mentoring. I'm also doing natural facelift, laugh massage and Indian head massage. I only have limited slots because of the fact that I'm committed to working on myself and others in a supportive coaching way. But the physical processes are available with limited time. If you're interested in having a one-to-one massage, Reiki session, healing session, then do message me as soon as possible so that we can get you on as soon as possible. Sending you lots of love. Have a happy, centered, flowing week. Okay, and it's important because they just told me to show you this card again. This is the volcano and the lava is flowing. The fierceness and the anger consciousness is flowing. Do not engage, just watch it from a distance. Monitor it, let it be, but don't engage, don't get caught up in it. And that's the message for this week. Lots of love to you guys. Take care, speak to you soon.